All right, welcome back. It's still Breakfast Daily, and we're having conversations here this morning, challenges that we're facing around the country, different things that are going on. The show is interactive. We'd like to hear from you. On social media, kindly tell us what you're thinking. Add the hashtag Breakfast Daily. The WhatsApp line is 0550585832. Now, over a year now, well, not quite a year now, but getting on close to a year now, the president cut sword for the Tarkwa-Takoradi road to be built, to be refurbished, to be sorted out. And it's been months now, and it's getting worse. Now, interestingly, Kokui, I actually used that road just a few days ago.
Okay.
And it's horrible.
It's not bad.
It's beyond horrible, you know. And I don't understand.
Yeah, it's a road that leads to mining communities.
Yeah. It's one of the things I just thought about. I said, you know what? So much money comes from this area for government. It's a no-brainer to sort this thing out, right? Anyway, so we have a report for you from our correspondent, Akusini Meche, on the deplorable state of those roads. Let's take a look. We'll come back and then we'll delve into some conversations.
This is the state of the 66-kilometer highway from Tarkwa to Agona that the President Nana Akufo-Addo came in September 2021 to cut short for its reconstruction. But as we speak, there is no contractor on site, and the road keeps eroding to the dismay of many motorists we found here on the road. Most of them are not happy, but unfortunately, we have very important things being caught on this road, including bauxite and manganese, that we have more than 90% of these things actually plying this road all the way to the Tarkwa Harbor. Motorists that we spoke to them over here are not happy, and they are demanding that the road is fixed.
This road is really, really bad, and I don't know what our leaders are doing, because immediately the time for voting, you see them coming around for us to, vote for them to do this. But it's bad to have this in mining city. You know, here that we take the go to foreign, and then we have more investors. So I don't know why our leaders have to wait before election, before they have to come and fix the road for us. So the only thing is we need the leaders, and then our leaders here, we don't want to bypass them, but they know how the nature of the road is, so they have to help us to fix it.
Yawahana Yama Penny, Bekati saw that Yama Yakwanyidu. There, until contractors were cited. There's a contractors in the year, Kono, Chen. But Nanka and Renu Park, where you go, Chen. I go to what I feel it, Potos in Yapo, Dame. But yes, still, contractor was side, but you who be also contractors in the way of Yakwanyidu. What do you mean? Tarkwa, we deserve better. Another yesterday, MP or PCFM, or come about your rules. But contractor, now your minister, now the MP, what about minister? Now you who what Tarkwa, we deserve better. It's your son there. Umbra within this month, other than Sikato, Kaska Kaba, or now when I will to Moko. Yekwe, or Takradi. You name how many hours a bit or Quenda, they will go to Takradi. Into yet just sound there. One more than a man paying Cassadi Sano. On with Tatakaya and Bonia, of my bonny chain, now only a mobile on my Yokani, on my.
All the time you will be hearing the contractor is on the road, the contractor has come. But we are even discussing it as we met you on the road. The contractor is around, but we don't see anything ongoing. So we can't actually get what is causing this. But I think we deserve better. Tarkwa, looking at the revenue the government generates over here, I think we are being undermined.
Okay.
It's unfair.
The deplorable state of the Tarkwa to Agona road that is supposed to actually be under reconstruction, as the president actually indicated when he came to cut salt over here in Tarkwa, is what is actually causing a lot of trouble two motorists over here, and as you can see, this car is basically broken down. But we have one of the drivers over here to talk to us what the problem is over here. Uncle, how long have you been here? For now, the president's promise is what the people are waiting to be fulfilled over here on the Tarkwa Highway to Apimenim and to Takoradi.
Well, I'm actually lost for words. I know that was just a short portion of the road that we saw. I would hope that a lot more of it is better than that, but from what Kweku David was saying earlier, it isn't, because you say you just traveled on that road, and most of it is like this. About how long of a stretch are we talking about?
Well, I mean, the drive may be shorter if the road was tarred.
Okay.
But it took us maybe about, we spent about 30 minutes. So it's Tarkwa to Agona. So it's a good, well, I mean, I branched at, there's this company called, is it Greyland or, it's a junction that you branch of, you know, it continues to Tarkwa, and then you branch over the point. So up to the junction was like this, up to the point, the wide junction where it goes off to Tarkwa, and then the other one goes to Elubu side, you know. So at that, from Agona to that junction, it was just horrible. Like this. It was horrible.
This is crazy.
You
well,
know?
We're going to remind
ourselves. Of course, so you can see what you're seeing here is after a downpour. So
exactly. So now it's like the swimming pools in the potholes.
After a downpour.
Can you imagine? Okay, well, why don't we see what was said a few months ago about this road and the fact that the contractor was ready to go. The Western Regional Minister spoke on this. Let's take a look at what he had to say.
This 66-kilometer Tarkwa-Agona route is referred to as the Interregional Route 6, IR6, under the trunk road system of the Ministry of Roads and Highways. This road connects the mineral and agricultural rich lands in the Western, Ashanti, Western North, and Central regions to Takoradi. Major mining towns like Bibiani, Sefivioso, Obuase, Dunkwa, Ayamfori, and Tarkwa all use this road to access Takoradi, Accra, and even Côte d'Ivoire. The contract for this road is awarded to Michels Rango Gabriel Koto Consortium at a contract sum of 95 million euros. And I want to assure all of you, this company was carefully selected and it won this award competitively. It's one of the best companies in our country, and I want to assure you that His Excellency the President has ensured that the contract sum is available, and once this project commences after the sword cutting today by His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, it will never stop until it sees its completion. The construction period for this project is between 1st September 2021 and is scheduled for completion in 36 months. That is why the contractor is on site and is fully mobilized to site.
Okay, so apologies. That was actually the roads minister, Kweku Amwakwata, and he said it. We all heard that the contractor was fully mobilized, ready to start 1st September 2021, 36-month project. By all accounts and in his own words, everything looked like it was in place to start. And in fact, the contract amount and everything had been secured. So how come you just traveled in May 2022 and it looks like there's nothing going on the road? If this indeed, according to what the Transport Minister said, everything was in place to start, I wonder. I wonder.
No, the report that Akwesi brought was quite, comprehensive. Just shows you the situation as it is. And Tarkwa has suffered. That's what I can say. Tarkwa has suffered. I first went to Tarkwa in 2005. Okay, traveling through Tarkwa to Samra Boy, Asankragwa, and the road.
Was it like this?
No, it was in the same state. It was, so. And of course, large parts of that part of the country have seen, a good makeover, in terms of facelift, in terms of the roads. But Tarkwa itself has really suffered, and it makes no sense that such a wealthy mining town, connecting Accra through Takoradi to the rest of the mining towns of Ghana should be in this state.
It doesn't make any sense.
At the point, I know they did the Tarkwa town roads, but even that, not everything was done, and so on. So I don't understand it. I don't understand it. And then after, for him to have made such a bold statement to say that, number one, all the funding had been secured, the contractor himself was fully mobilized.
I mean, when you say fully mobilized,
it means all cash is ready. He needs nothing
equipment,
to start.
That is it. That's what fully mobilized means. It means everything he needs to start is in place.
Yes.
So what's the problem?
So
do we even know who the contractor is? Because if they're saying fully mobilized, then it means the contractor is ready. We know the person's name. We know his company. We can speak to him and ask him why he hasn't fixed the road or started. We understand it's supposed to be a 3-year project, but it was supposed to have started last year. Last year. So
Q4 last year.
Mr. Contractor of Tarkwa-Takoradi Road, where are you? Who are you? What? Let's find out so we can find out from him what's going on. Okay. Now, we did hear some residents in the video talking about the experience, people who use the road. One of them even said they were actually discussing it before a name came to them to ask them about it. But we have another resident, I believe, who's going to tell us more.
Yes, but before we speak to him, we can look at the regional minister actually spoke on this matter. Let's hear what Kobna Ochidako, the regional minister, had to say.
Misha matter fufu no bibi sab there enti na masha matter fufu na mesi there oye takwenti na masha fufu osande yenyara yenu there Takoradi le sekendi die tafo na yentawia de oye tapa ita di bebe bia lo besi original capital bia le sile bisisi o tapa. When you are with a prayer, bread, or road, you want a ropa, what I say, you are the Kuduka. Yet, I do see it to me yet. But another Beccadia was on to one yet. In the any other Taparodia, any other Taparodia. It is skin pen for no, skin pen for no, skin pen for no. In that when you are to another.
Us there.
Us
there. Sekendi na Takoradi. We are in Tafu. Na Takwa no oye teria.
Oh,
do you understand?
So the twins.
So the twins have the backbone
of
the twins. So because of that, they are going to take care of Tarkwa.
Of the terrier.
Yeah. Okay. Tarkwa will be sorted out. So he basically was reiterating what the roads minister had said, that no problem, don't worry, we will sort you out. The road will be taken care of.
And he said the skin pain people.
The skin pain people.
Yeah. What have the skin pain people done?
So he said that we will show you that Tarkwa will be sorted.
But
here we are.
So Mr. Western Regional Minister, Honorable Kwabena Ochidako Mensah, please, we need some answers on this. You don't want the campaign people to come after you.
Yes, exactly. Since you outed them.
Since you claimed that they were campaign. Please tell us what's going on with this road and the contractor, why work hasn't started yet. Maybe there's a plausible explanation. If so, let us know what it is.
Yeah, we need to know what it is.
We need to know what it is. You gave a 3-year time period. It's barely, 9 months in.
Yeah.
You still have a bit of time. Let's hear from you and figure out what's going on here.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Koku, you know that everything, it's not just Ghana, but in Ghana, prices don't go in reverse. So everything always goes in one direction. So as it's getting, the time wears on, it becomes more and more expensive.
Yes.
So by the time they decide to start the road, the figure they gave us will not be that same figure. You know?
Even between September and now.
Exactly.
Look at the changes.
Exactly.
So, the quicker they get on this, the better.
So anyway, we have one of the residents on the line to speak with us, Eric Fusu. Good morning, Eric.
Good morning.
Eric, na anape otinen.
Oh, Nyamena Dom, Nampacho, so hot to them.
Nyamena Dom, yes, welcome to Breakfast Daily.
Oh, Madasi Bibli, Yadamasi, Mamumbo Nejuma.
All right, thank you. Nampocho, how about in Orikodo or Takwa anape?
Oh, Takwa-anape, the Bibialan Kodo, Takwa. Kwanya Takwa de, Adia, or how he imagine Ankasankasa. Sanda, Yesha Yama, Ofitakwa. Obua Yamania, Nabishamo, Yashamo, Kodo, Takwa, no, Ahawajun. The Kai 2019, and Takwa Kumadin on Yakra, Mankasa, Melakasi, na, the lady demonstration. Said that's what say, 24 hours. MIA demonstration, seriously, Yama, Takwa, Krumade, what to me, the Bibica club. As Abia year, Bibi Kakazamahin. That is a fee Takwa a hit castle, the Kosi, a Pimeni. Na a Tuadu Pocosi Takrade, fat, Yakwana on Yan, and a Takwa Pede on Yakra, Yawa Blodibia, Wafra Hawasa, Aguna, and the Koyina Jade. Yadia Kano, Edenama, fat. Oyamokana, a quote Mrs. Saluka Podia, Simpodina, on Yakra.
Yeah.
Yakwana de Sita Yakwan won for now, no, a very serious. And Yakra or Yakra said, Father, I can't Takwa Puna or today. Sunday, you know him that Ghana, I can't be bring it. By Takwa de, and Kayanim there, yes, and Yama, Ofitakwa, Oko, Namani companies, I want Takwa, what contribution. Magana, my idea. Not clear them there. What's I don't know who's what do they can. Yatako quantity, obey a command. So Yatako quantity, or Yakura, or Damda, or you.
Yeah.
Manhole, Yankata Potus, or a manhole, Lancasa. Manhole, Akasin, or Quani, my child, and your baby Pofa. It was driving any crown, you'll find Yajuma. Sunday. Obi baby also there drive any fan on fat no there or for baby for now ya za oh wa gonna lay.
Yeah. Number 2 inti impenyufu na wo like minister na say when you anyone get a hu na say no abati na worker abati na ate.
What the contractor abakwana do you name there isn't the back kate sorting for you match.
Okay.
You name that can feed a member and the quantity, and you be a bear fan. Into your winner, contractor no other dress, other chicken, or chicken, one there, and a Jumana Lebatuado, a manca bibia codo. Young way for Quano, well, the contractor no one or abba one necessary, our quino, machine, Nazina, Gua, and can you there and can be a better one started to manipulate Capot was to be Quanuma. Waba fele na kakaka kraven but ni na bibi ti da men kodo na kwa wo be kado kakempa ma no ehu na kaka pe no the contractor na ide contractor go road contractor was site eso contractor no wa pack na nyame bu kwa na se kwa no anya hwe wodo ye be hu na na so the cars na nam kwa no dubi eso wonya re eba na be hwe mo kodo wa fat oya roho alayi you deserve there, yeah, very useful. You have a fund to be out today to Sunday. Takwa, yeah, so, as the property.
Yeah. All right, Eric Bochoy, that's there. Any time at Kasakakra. I remember one of you. Yeah, the one I said, what about Habesha, maybe all local domain. All right, All right, so that was Eric Fosu, who is a resident of Tarkwa, and basically what he was saying was that the sword was cut in at UMAT, the university there in Tarkwa. Yeah, the sword was cut, and ever since the sword was cut, the contractor did show up on site. He came with equipment, he came with some material, but not even a tiny bit of work has been done since he showed up. He said, for them, even something like filling of some potholes and all of that would have been enough assurance to say, you know what, it's not what we want, but it's at least it's better than but nothing has been done at all whatsoever, and it's very disappointing for them as residents, for them to have this kind of situation. But I do think that authorities really need to come and answer questions, because like you said, there could be a plausible reason for this, but once we don't know, it just opens room for speculation.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, I understand if it's justifiable in any way.
Yeah, I agree. Well, speaking of authorities answering questions, the Western Regional Minister is joining us now on the phone to hopefully give us some answers to this. So a very good morning to you, Mr. Kwabena Otridaku-Mensah, Western Regional Minister. Thank you for joining us on Breakfast Daily.
Yeah, good morning to you too.
Good morning. So, Honorable, let's just get straight to it. What is happening with the Tarkwa-Takoradi Road?
It's ongoing. I think that the contractor has done a lot of work. They've done the initial site clearing almost 90%. What is actually holding them a little bit back has to do with some engineering designs that have changed, that they've asked the consultants and the Ministry of Roads and Highway, especially the Highway Department, to take a look at them and then approve them for them. They are going to be approved this week, and then they'll go fully back on site. Actually, it has to do with the trains and some alignment that needs to be done.
Okay, sorry, Honorable, please, let's just go back a bit. Did you say the contractor has been working and is 90% done with some parts of this road?
I said site clearing. Site clearing. Site clearing.
Site clearing.
Yes, site clearing, yes.
We've been speaking to people who use this road frequently.
The whole side of the road.
Really?
Yes, they've done site clearing, and then they are doing new alignment. Alignment means that they are changing the way some of the direction of the road in some parts of the design, apart from the preliminary ones that were agreed on. After they did the site clearing, they feel that some places need to change. But before they can change those alignments, they need to speak with the Highway Department for them to approve for them. And then some areas too, they want to improve the trains and increase them from the original designs that they have come with, because they believe that it's better to do that. And that one they are also waiting for approval from Ghana Highway Authority.
Okay, now for the layperson and for people who use this road frequently, who we've spoken to on the ground there, who say they have not seen any kind of work being done by the contractor in this case, how do you explain to them what is it that you can physically, something tangible that you can show to them to say this is what has been done so far by the contractor and this is when the next phase will be happening? What can you point to?
Okay, this whole contract is meant for 36 months. We know that they've taken almost like 8 months. But one of the things everybody, if you're a driver, I've been driving on that road for a very long time. And then in the last 2 weeks, I drove on that road. On the side of the road, you see that they've cleared it. So if you are driving on that road, it's not even safer than before the contractors came. And then you could also see that they've done a lot of, some of the little rivers, they try to open them up a little bit so that the water can freely move without coming onto the road. We have special sections like around the Agona, which has problems. That was about last 2 weeks. I communicated to them, and they came to tidy it up a little bit. Okay, so we should just be patient. The highway, when they give the approval for the final design, they'll see the contractors fully tackling the road as it should be. So they're only waiting for this particular approvals, because a lot of the alignments and then the drainage system has to change.
So basically, Honorable, you're saying that work has been going on sort of like around the road and not necessarily the road itself, but it's in order to prep the road for construction.
Yeah.
That's what you're saying.
Yes, please. They've even set up additional campsite.
Okay.
The contractor, apart from the campsite near Tarkwa-Agona, also set up additional campsite near Simba.
Okay.
So I believe that they are making progress. Yes.
It's
not about money. They have the money. It's just the approvals for the design, the final design.
Okay. As per what you know, do you believe that the 36 months that was promised, we will stick to it?
It's true. Yeah, we'll stick to it. I've seen it before. When we started the Tarkwa interchange, it took us some time because along the line there were other concerns that came in from Air Force and the roads highway people. When we were able to put it together, now we have done more than 30% at the PTC runabout, and we are built to finish next year. So sometimes these initial teaching issues need to be dealt with because these are international contractors. Any variation they do, they'll take their money. So they want to make sure that the necessary approvals are given so that they also can work within their budget and work for the right designs.
Honorable, at the time of the sod cutting, the roads minister did say that the contractor was fully mobilized and that everything was ready to get started. Now you're talking about final approvals for designs, etc. Are you saying that at that time those approvals had not been done?
As for this roads business, I want to tell you, even as they approve the final designs, they will still need to go for additional designs as they go along. So it's part of the work. So they know how to fit in to make sure that they meet their deadline. Because within 36 months, if the contractor don't finish, they lose. And no contractor would like to lose from not doing the work on time. So we are on track.
Okay. Now, with regard to cost, at the time that the sod was cut and looking at things like the city depreciation, the rising cost of building materials and fuel and all of that, what are we looking at as far as the cost implications?
As for cost, there's nothing about cost because it's priced in dollars.
Okay.
It's priced in dollars, so they should be able to manage it.
Yeah, definitely. But our cedi has depreciated to the dollar, and if the government is collecting revenue in cedis and having to convert, is that not placing an additional burden on our coffers?
That is something that we. That's price implications for government, but as for the contractor, it's priced in dollar, and therefore I don't think that there'll be any difficulty. But for government, because you have to change from cedi to dollar, naturally you have some price implications.
Exactly. Okay. We'll keep our eye on this, and we do appreciate you speaking to us this morning. And we do hope that work will continue to progress as quickly as possible.
Sure, it will be done within the 36 months.
All right. Thank you very, very much, Honorable. Again, that's the Western Regional Minister, Honorable Kwabena Otridako-Mensah, who just spoke to us regarding the Tarkwa-Agona Road and the ongoing works to rehabilitate that road.
Yeah.
Kweku, what do you think?
Well, okay, so Kwabena is my friend. I like him.
Yes.
We were actually course mates.
Oh, really?
Yeah. We did biochemistry together. So
I see.
He's a senior by a year.
Okay.
Yeah. Solid guy. I just hope that the various machinations of, the systems within which we function, don't come back to bite him.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
Because you get the sense that there are a lot of things out of his control.
Yeah.
He has to supervise as the regional minister to some degree, but it's a roads ministry project as well.
Yes.
So there's only so much he has control over, but he has to answer for it, as the regional representative.
But what he did mention, what he did refer to, the Tarkwa-Agona interchange there, I also saw that, and there's a fair amount of good progress that they're making on that one. So, I saw what they were doing there, where there's a major roundabout. I think he referred to as a PTC roundabout or something like that. There's a whole lot of construction going on in Tarkwa at the moment. So, well, let's hope for the best. For me, I think that if in the next, let's say, 6 months, we still don't see anything, I will be alarmed. You know, it's like then I don't see how you expect to pull off, because that stretch of road is 50 to 100 kilometers long. It's not a short road. Do you see?
And the rains are setting in, which is going to make
exactly.
the work
slow
even more to
down
slow things down. But let's maybe remain optimistic and see how it goes. We'll take a quick break though.
Yes.
When we come back, Breakfast Daily will continue. We've got more for you and more road issues.
Yes, more road issues.
Stay tuned.
All right, welcome back. This is still Breakfast Daily. We're having conversations about roads. We want to hear from you. If you happen to be living in any of the areas where these road conversations are happening, we've just spoken about the Tarkwa-Agona road in the state in which it is. If you are happy to be living along there and you're watching us, do send us a message. Let us know your experience, okay? If you have photos you can share with us, just do share with us as well. The WhatsApp line is 0550585832, 0550585832. Send us a message. Let us know your experience on a daily basis, what it's like. If you even don't live there, but you've passed through recently, and you want to share with us what your experience was like, do let us know. We would definitely like to hear from you. All right, but we have more conversations about roads. This time we go into Sir John of Blessed Memories community in the Ashanti region.
Now, how do you pronounce it? Sakora.
Sakora.
Wonu.
Sakura
Wonu.
Sakura.
What is Sakura?
But is it Sakura? Okay, so, I guess it depends how.
Okay.
You see, well, when you see it, looks like Sakura.
Yes, it's spelled
Sakura,
like Sakura.
Sakura.
By Sakura. So what does Sakura mean?
I don't know, maybe Hafiz can tell
Maybe
us.
Hafiz can tell us. So our colleague Hafiz Tijani. So here's a report by Hafiz on what the situation is with that road. Now, he will give us some backstory, but essentially, when, as you said, the late Sir John was buried, his funeral was held, there were some promises about the road leading there in bad shape as well.
Yeah.
Assurances were given that the road would be fixed in honor of the late former General Secretary of the NPP. Let's look at this report.
The tomb of the late Kwajo Owusu-Efiye, popularly called Sir John, welcomes anyone entering the Sakora-Wono community through Antwa as someone who has played a role in Ghana's politics and the new patriotic party. His death was a big blow for residents here because of his influence to help them get development. The governing MPP promised to fix the road network in his hometown to honor him, but that has not happened.
And I'm saying you come for ninety. You hunya a quantity abino the oil Sakara no mine. And you may be brain you say Jordan is a kaya, buy say Uncle Be and my yes, your hot toy kakra, your chef and I kick a woman, yes, and Sabecano. And you who MC kwa ye yinu no ni boni asakara no yaje beto sene yinya panyin obeka ya ase MC ni kura beto sene kura wisi kuruma.
In 2019, the government awarded a contract for the construction of a 5.50-kilometer town road for the Sakora-Wono community, supervised by the Department of Feeder Roads. As part of the project, the contractor was also to upgrade a 6.50-kilometer road from Asunumaso to Wono and Krobo. Although the government funded the project, it was spearheaded by the late Sir John. The Krontini of the area, Nana Kwesi Ajenim Boatin, is not happy about the abandoned road project.
Have a pan. This is a wunya bre, untimin faka enko, and our ba. It yinano, Yamini, a mantian near Yinan, Abamobu, I will near be home. Abre Yatuabeun. Quabre pan, Yatuabeun. Says here and Suaton run. Say, Ocas offer from Aquantois, in ye, Udrantois, a brim untumi enkro so na wakoyi so osi na ka foforo afo akọ ede ko ba se de nkwa ne de aban de nkwa ne de aban ko abere ko bie ni wonom a eye anase bi kro mpa nka ya twa so ne de abosen akora guso a nkeye ade de benko na ye de aye ayi enti mesrɛ mo ye na mo fidie so eka ama aban na so ate se yesrɛ no ko aberefo ye ne to abakɛse ya ye ne to abakɛse Ghana ha nyina ko aberefo ne to abakɛse esoso abane mo ko abere enti mo ma na so nte.
This bridge, which links Sakra-Agona and Asunumaso and other communities within the Kwabiri East municipality, collapsed over a year, and work to get it fixed has also been abandoned.
Opin for by a siena because for one for yeah, Kazak is a 2 minutes, Kazak and the Muntin Medin for Akura. One minute, I'm going sent to a bra, say as Rabbi, one train in the hair will be fine. When we are saying so to be a tune fire, a sort of bridging and I'll take it right. And the hair will go for no so on the one. And yes, we had a fast to say, I'm white. This will come with them, I soon bear Mefano 6 years. Na 6 years no ekwa no se ka se ya na e twantro wo de wa wo hwa anyum emu bi nka nkyerɛw na nado ana se MPP aban no me MPP ni na asese aban aban ba ko ne sa aban ne bibi ne se nya wo agwa ka no onya ndi se na MPP ni me metina ka se na nado me kra me MPP ni che no me MPP ni che no campaign amaye me na from timi ye campaign ko for time MF kukumu NDC for munya MPP for say but the name is ikono anodin na yesere no se de na utumfo tuno fo no ontie onkai se onim se o mepere eni din no obeje yesere no ye ne ofo no ohu yamabo.
So that was a report from our colleague Hafiz Tijani, just giving us a look at what's happening in Sakra-Agona, the hometown of the late former General Secretary of the NPP, Kojo Isuefriye, popularly known as Sir John. And as we mentioned, promises were made to the community that the road, which is in a deplorable state, would be fixed in honor of the late son of their hometown, but it looks as though nothing has happened. Now, you could hear from some of the residents and the people who ply that road often of the challenges that they face in using the road. And one of the comments that really stuck out to me was if they have to even help a pregnant woman or transport her to a health facility, look at the kind of road you're on. Obviously, we can imagine some of the ramifications of having a road like that in your community. Well, Hafiz is on the ground live in Sakra-Agona. We're going to touch base with him so we can give us a more in-depth look at what's happening in the community and speak to more of the residents there. Good morning, Hafiz.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning. Great to see you, and looking forward to what you're going to show us today in Sakra-Agona. Now, we've just seen the report that you sent us. Any sign that anything has changed since you filed that a couple of days ago, or is the road looking pretty much the same?
Well, the road is still the same. It's dusty when it's the dry season, and it's muddy and unmotorable when the rains set in. And that is the plight of residents here who have been grappling with the challenges as far as this road network is concerned. So from this place to Antwa, to Abrim, to Kenyase, the nature of this road is this way. So the people who travel from this place to Kumasi proper face the challenge of dusty road, like I said, when it's the dry season, and also muddy. The road becomes muddy when it's a rainy season. And the other side of the road heading to Abuaso and other areas like Ahumaso, where they would have to access health care and this community also links to other areas within the Kwabri East municipality. It's been a challenge for them, especially for the pregnant women who access healthcare at the Ahomaso Health Center, Asunumaso Health Center, because the health center here cannot cater for the health needs of the people, so they have to resort to that health center at Asunumaso, and that is the nearby facility they can access healthcare. So the bridge that is collapsed, they are not able to access it because there's pressure on it. These heavy trucks that load sand and other chippings to construction sites are already burdening that stretch of the road. So the taxis and other motorbikes and some vehicles that are using the road to access the health facility and other areas within the Kwabri East municipality are not able to do so. But when you come to this place at Sakora-Agona, you realize that the drains have been constructed because there was a promise by the government to the residents that the road was going to be done, and the contractor came on site. He started the construction of the drains, and people were happy because they thought that the road was going to be done, only for them to see that the work stalled and they have not heard anything from the contractor. 3 weeks ago, we were told that the contractor came, the storage facility that had the iron rods and the cement, the iron rods are rusting, the cement is caking. So he came around and said that since he doesn't want the materials to go waste, he opted to sell out the cement at a very low price to people who were interested and who can even use it for other construction activities, so that all the cements that are stored in that room do not go bad. But when you go to the storage facility, you still find the iron rods there and they are rusting away.
Wow. So are there people that are available that we can speak to? I want to hear.
Well, a lot of people who want to talk to us. Okay. They are happy we are here. They think that this area in particular, they have a challenge because there is no a chief. They don't have a chief as we speak. They don't also have an assembly member as we speak because of some issues that have come in this area. So they think that they don't have opinion leaders who actually push their concerns to the authorities to come and solve their problems. And the only hope they had, someone who was fronting for their development, the late Sir John, he has also passed on. And they think that that is complicating the issues in this area. Can see the residents gathered here. Yeah. They are ready to speak to us. Eja, Makwabadiba City TV.
Ejoso.
Sakora-Agona. How ben am film?
Sakora-Agona de how are you from a dosu pai? Se ka se ye kan ye how na. Ya ka kra ma yesi akode ya bam kura bu. Ya bam bu. Ase ne say ye nyina ye nim. Ye wura kwadwo so afiri ye se John. Me of any pon no. Me de kwadwo so. Na papa modin bo e wo mayi mu MPP. Na kuma wode tu ho e di ma MPP aban. Watu oswa be pem se na nado. Ofagina badwam kan ma obi ate se na nado wote hwi mu kura obi di president. Isa se no papa ni ma rohye mu pa. Eno kwasem se obo ya kwapem se na nado timba power. Enne openi daya wan sorry. Mobile mo hunu de ye kura sitie. Papa is starting putuduma bebre okrom ha. Hospital na wo sie ensu a na wotutu a wo se ye de pump sisi so. Ekwan a na wo ye. Emu bia na de ekun yakura ne se. Papa no dampa mu no na se ye besie no no. Wo mo begu kwai so kikikiki ye di fidi mu na enka ekwai da ebegu ha. Ye wie ye pansam ye din na ye de ko. and there will be yari wo ye krum ha ye de ne kwa asrema so a this ye kofa mamponten nyame amwa obekọ na nipa no na wawu enti eno kwasem se MPP aban epanifo aka se sanka obi bi di abura ni mu a anka wodin di empam na so ne kwado osu afiye onodin apa MPP aban ye ni apam ye ne to abakọ abre ha edi ma nanado the whole Ghana yinimsa na so ne ka do poto won ti se odi bom na so ye de na eri bom bia enye yi ti no kwasem se onofo ye wo haw nanado wani ma me se wa no a ono wo ye MP no a wo kwa abre ha no e kom de afa so no me ni mabusua ene onu man de adwene de ekoya se ya moa na de ne papa ne ye no o ma nto so anye amaye so cake na Ghana obi aye di bia ne anye de a aba de ni se beto no ye kam nan obi anfa ni ka bi ensia make campaign so the boss aba say ye nto aba ma no ma dwen kire no.
So essentially, has been talking about the kind of concerns they've been relaying to get the authorities to fix their problems, especially the road network. And he has been talking about the disappointment they have faced as far as the concerns they've been raising are concerned. They have not been able to get anyone to fix their problem. He also talked about the role the late former General Secretary of the MPP, the late Sir John, played in politics and also helping to get the current president assume power, and also what he should have done for him to even honor his memory. And also he has started, the late Sir John has started a lot of projects. Talk of the hospital project. He spearheaded the construction of this road where we are currently. And since his demise, no one has made an attempt to even complete some of these projects. And when you go around this community, the projects are abandoned, and some of them are taken over by weeds and reptiles, and they are not happy about the development. He also talked about the contribution this particular constituency, the Kwabri East constituency, make to the MPP in terms of votes in every election year. They vote massively for the MPP government, but when they come, their key concerns has to do with the road, but that has not been done for the past years. And he is issuing a threat, sort of, that they will not entertain anyone coming to campaign when it's an election year. I'll engage further with some of the residents. Debia Ufriha, Oko Kumasi, Oko Mampontin, Quina of us in a yamao.
But your quantity, I mean, Nucranim, and Yabako cry. Semi drew Kumasi Krana, me no be doing Kumono Busana because me flew no cry because of road ninty crana, me safari. Because said you know, Ajidi pa, a crave no drew Mukrana, Ukrona out Mr. Cronin, a croquetois, a cronimuson. And so no, dear Sir John Nano, Mamma Papano. Ye dia wo ye mu papa no wa sama adu nyina no nyame fa ne kransie ye odi ya o because me minim say papa no gina ba bi ka say na nado wo ebubu ani kura na obedi akonwa ansana.
Well, a lot of pains and anxiety on him. He's not even able to complete. He thinks about what Sir John has done for the MPP, and they say this is the only payback the government is giving to them in terms of even helping them to solve their road problems. He says when he travels from this place to Kumasi and he meets anyone, he is not able to even be proud of where he's coming from. And a lot of people have heard about this place where the late Sir John is coming from, and when they come here, they don't, that does not reflect in what they hear from outside. Nana, mukwaino. Dadwin mamu.
Dadwin kasiye pa. Dadwin efi se. Bo nyuna jidin. Onu ajidin. Sam kure nyina na nsan bi ensuo to last year no. Wuduru kwam kura gise wusi. Eya ntoa ayi ho no. Eblem ho no. Agise wusi. Eti atechem. Na ka na befa o baabi wo mreko a yetimi to aba e de hyemoni monyam tituru 1 pp yanum sei me free me te ona ahemfie ehɔ na me free wo pie na wo ba they say ayi for they say ne ababa akopɛ say ye fare pa say ye be pie kora che say kwa abrefo ye homete afe de ɛha me ne say ono krom ha ye ni assemblyman ye ni committee ye ni wo hene mo adawroma ye kwan na say still no ampanimfo ni kuremu a entimi nyina de mesre ne say abanye hwe kwan no na mo so mo adawroma esre na na otumfo na opoku ware na adawroma eni due kwa so osetutu na adawroma say ya hensam no so ka ho bi ama sabe mantie ne maba wa wa ha no obi amu ade bebre mu ade sabio bebre mu ade fi se mra ni kureyim nti ya kwan na say ya hensam so ankoso a yegyina de yegyina nti esre nana esre mo nso samone nana nkasa maye na baabi a akonya na ni tire akotobia onyimaye.
Well, she's also talking about the plight residents go through, especially when it rains, using this road to Antua, Bonure, to Abrim, to even get to Kumasi. It's not easy. They kind of, the road becomes muddy. Sometimes they have to get down and walk before the car or the vehicle can even go through the muddy areas so that they can join the vehicle again and get to their various destinations. And she is talking about the same concern about their loyalty to the MPP and the kind of results they are getting in terms of development in this community. Sometimes they are even shy to say,
Yeah. Sorry, very quickly, you mentioned earlier they're having some issues with local governments. They don't have an assemblyman or representative. And then they have some traditional leadership issues as well. Is there anyone there that can expound upon that? Because it sounds like Sir John was that voice for them to kind of get some development going there. But currently, they just don't have that person who can carry those development concerns. So I don't know if there's any more information you can give us about why they're struggling with leadership on the local level.
Well, for the issue about the assembly member, we're told that there was an injunction as at the time the elections were going to be held. A certain aspirant who was not happy about the process filed an injunction, obtained an injunction from the court on the process, and then the Electoral Commission was not able to conduct that process or that exercise till now. That is why they don't have an assembly member. For the traditional leadership, there's been some dispute where the issue is currently at the Menshia Palace. The Asante Hene is trying to resolve those concerns, and they are hoping that he's able to expedite the processes to be able to resolve these concerns. But they are attributing all this to the lack of development here because there's no one to even push in terms of their concerns to the district assembly. There's no assembly member here, so eventually there's no any representative from this community at the district assembly, the municipal assembly, the Kwabri East Municipal Assembly, to even put their concerns across to the assembly before even government can hear about their concerns. And when the chiefs, or when it's come to the traditional rulers, they don't have a chief who can even go to the MC or people in authority to tell them that this is the problem my people are facing, and that's all of that is contributing to the lack of development in this area.
Hafiz, thank you so much for bringing us this report this morning. We really appreciate your time, and we wish all the people of the Sakora-Agona town all the best, and hopefully they'll get some pain relief soon. All right, thank you very much, Hafiz. All right, so
That was Hafiz Tijani.
Sakora-Agona is actually a kente weaving town.
Look at that.
Yeah, just like Bonure.
Look at that.
Yeah, so it's rather unfortunate that they've been left in a lurch, as it were. Because if you go to Bonure right now, Bonure is
a tourist
thriving.
attraction.
You know, there's a major road that goes through Bonyere to Ejura and Ashanti Mampo and so on all that. And so it's a major route actually to the north of Ghana. If you want to avoid the Kumasi traffic, that's where you'll pass to go, right? So there's a lot of traffic, there's a lot of activity, it's a thriving town, everything. They could have had the same thing if, you know, their road was done. So
the one who got so emotional.
Yeah.
You could. I mean, his pain is palpable.
Exactly.
He couldn't even continue his submission because he really feels pained by the situation. It's sad. Hopefully,
right from their town, one person rose to such high prominence.
Right.
And when he was, as soon as he's gone, it's like
they just left.
It's like you're just left, you know, and abandoned. It's painful.
And for the EC, you know, can't they resolve this assemblyman dispute issue so that at least
I think there's a case of issues not being on the front burner and, you know, just push things to the back burner.
It just gets lost somehow. Hopefully this will help it resurface and catch the attention of people to know. So at least somebody can speak for this community, you know. Well, at least we're trying to highlight it, right, on City TV. Hopefully something will come of it. Okay.
All right. Well, we're going to take a quick break. There's more that's coming up. Don't go anywhere. This is Breakfast Daily.